are watching the Jennylyn Show, and I am Jennylyn Gleave, your host. And today, I have a special treat for you. We are going to be rocking this set with my guest, Mette Tedin. Mette, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
I know that you have performed on Broadway and Carnegie Hall, and we can't wait to hear all the other wonderful places you've performed and the great music that you have been entertaining people with. How did you get started doing this?
Yeah, it's pretty long story, but if we can make it shortcut. And I grew up in Turkey, and then I studied in the conservatory in Turkey. So my family, pretty musical family, they are really into the music and art. And we're always like singing, playing instruments and dancing, like art in our culture, like painting, everything. So, but I'm more into the singing than my siblings and my parents. And so I decided to become a singer. And I started to study at the conservatory, take, of course, private lessons, playing piano, etc. But I studied at the conservatory. While I was in Istanbul, I was singing with the Istanbul State Theater and Istanbul State Opera House. And also I started touring in all Turkey. And I started to step in Europe. I started to have concerts in Europe. And I said, okay, I want to grow more, learn more, and experience more. And I decided to go to New York for my master's degree. And when I was in New York, I had chance to have recital at Carnegie Hall 3 times, and other places. I composed musicals for kids, and it's performed in New York. While I was in New York, I had chance to perform at New York Fashion Show, Houston Fashion Show, and British Virgin Islands Fashion Show.
Wow.
And because of the New York craziness, it didn't really match with my lifestyle, and I decided to come down a little bit more. And while one of the touring I was doing in San Francisco, and I loved San Francisco, I said, you know what, I want to move there. And I started to look opportunities here, and I ended up here. And now I was singing with the Opera San Jose, and still I'm working with them sometimes, depending on my schedule, on their schedule, if works together. And also locally I'm singing, having concerts, private events. And this November 20th, I'm also going to have a concert at San Francisco Library.
So make sure you guys go. I am just impressed. Very impressive story. So just so my guests know how you and I connected, I was having dinner in a restaurant, and someone walked up to me and said, "You produce television, right? Are you still having your show?" And I said, "Yes." They said, "You have to put this guy on your show."
Yeah.
And I go, "Who's this guy?" So I had Mette come over, and I asked him to sing, and the rest is history. Thank you for making the time.
Of course, thank you so much for inviting.
And coming. It's interesting that you don't like New York.
I mean, I like New York, of course, but if you are visiting and living, it's totally different situation. Visiting is always good. I just came from New York last week. I was having a concert there. It's for 2-3 days. I can manage it and I can deal with it, that craziness, but living, it's a little bit insane for my lifestyle.
Okay.
So, I mean, of course, it's New York, one of the most important and beautiful city in the world. But visiting, it's always better for me than living in there.
Well, that's always true, isn't it? Of every situation.
Exactly.
Vacations can create a false impression
Yeah.
of what it's really going to be like. So where is the place that you enjoyed performing the most?
I really enjoy performing here and living in here, but this last summer I was in Italy and Spain and Germany, and I was touring, I was performing there and having auditions, competitions, and I had a lot of good, exciting success. And I really enjoy performing in Barcelona and in Madrid this year, and also in Italy, Naples in English. So it was really exciting because also I'm singing their music to them. It's a little bit nervous I was having because, I mean, their music, right? I'm singing to them. But I got really good feedbacks. I was on the newspaper on Spain,
Wow.
and like it turned out really great success. And I have a lot of invitations right now from Europe. They wanna import me there, but I love living in here. I like to be here. Everything's about here. So I'm a little questioning right now, but so far I'm going to stay here.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're doing really well. So what's your long-term goal?
Long-term goal is yes, become a like professionally living my singing career, and which is I'm reaching right now my goal, and it takes time. It's not a night thing. It's really a lot of work behind of it, a lot of education, a lot of stress, a lot of cry, like happiness, and like having also difficult moments.
Right.
And it's but at the end, what I realize, whatever they follow their passion, if they are really stick with it, somehow at the end they are getting their prize. So finally, also I start to get my prize for my career.
I share your philosophy completely. I think that you can't get discouraged because it's not happening when you want it to. You just have to keep going because with tenacity, determination, and hard work,
Yes.
ultimately comes success.
Yeah.
So, what age did you actually start performing in front of people?
When I started,
Yeah.
when I was 20 years old. I mean, actually, if we go when I was 5, I was always singing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was always singing, but of course it wasn't professionally doing that. I love to dance, I love to sing, like always front of the others and then show my talent. But I wasn't doing it on purpose, I was doing it naturally because it was coming from my heart. I wanted to do that all the time. Nobody could stop me. And slowly, my family also realized, okay, this kid a little bit like different, and he wants to be all the time on the front of the people and like sing and singing beautiful or dancing beautiful, like always. And I was getting feedbacks, and I was feeling better, and I was doing more and more. But professionally, when I started to perform when I was age of 20 years old.
Wow. So you
I
were
started.
born to be an entertainer, it sounds like.
Yeah, I was always being like that.
Yeah.
So I was always entertaining. But I love singing, I love dancing. Not anymore, dancing part. I mean, if I have to, yes, I do. If it's the project, I'm in the, and then if it's the choreography going on there, yes, I'm pretty easy to dance. But my passion is more singing.
And your English, it's pretty good for someone who's Turkish. Did you speak English growing up as a child?
No, actually, I learned English by myself. And I didn't study English at all. I studied in Italian language when I was at the conservatory.
Yeah.
And I speak Italian fluently and write and I translate. Like my Italian's really good. I never thought to come to the United States, and I was always dreaming to go to the Europe from Turkey because it's much closer, and always like never think about coming to the United States. But when I was in the senior class of the conservatory and I wanted to go and grow more in another country for my master's degree, but the time period I was in, I missed the applications for European conservatories, and it was only available for United States.
Okay.
And I asked help from my friends because I didn't read, I didn't know any English 5 years ago. And I said, okay, help me to fill out these forms. I don't know anything. And then they helped me and I sent recordings. They accepted me to, they called me for a live audition and I take a flight. I came here with no English. With the dictionary, I'm trying to figure it out, the auditions. And I accepted, I came for San Francisco and then I accepted the San Francisco Conservatory and then I flew to New York. I accepted Brooklyn College. And after that, Boston Conservatory. And I accepted all.
That is such an incredible, encouraging, and inspiring story. I hope people watching this will realize, from looking and listening to you, that they can do anything they set their minds to. So I think we're going to wrap this segment, and we're going to have you entertain us. And
Sure.
I can't wait.
Wise men say only fools rush in, for I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? But I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, but I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. But I can't help falling in love with you. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Bésame, bésame mucho, ay, como si fuera esa noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos, verte junto a mí. Pienso que tal vez mañana yo ya estaré lejos, muy lejos de ti. Bésame, ay, bésame mucho, como
como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch, alone, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still in mine? I need your love. I really need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah. Lonely rivers, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I hungered for your touch, alone, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still in mine? I need your love. I really need your love. God, speak your love to Quando sei lontana sogno l'orizzonte, mancan le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me su le finestre. Mostra tutto il mio cuore che hai acceso, chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Con te partirò, paesi che non ho mai veduto e vissuto con te, adesso sì vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li vivrò. Quando sei lontana sogno l'orizzonte, mancan le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è qui con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me, il mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Con te, adesso sì vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò. Io con te.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's some other fabulous adjectives, but we're out of time. So we'll stick with awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I was moved.
Thank
I really
you.
was.
I'm happy you moved.
Yes. So when you become famous, don't forget that one of the first places you appeared in the Bay Area was the Jennylyn show.
Of course.
Check on that.
Of course.
Because I know you will. I think you're great.
Thank
and
you.
I could just see wonderful things happening in your future.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully we'll follow you around and see what you know, where you are and what's happening. And
Yes,
maybe somewhere down the road we could do another segment with you.
definitely.
So thank you so much for being here today. And
Thank
is
you
there
so much.
anything you want to say to my young viewers?
Just I want to announce my concert, upcoming concert on November 20th. It's going to be San Francisco Library at 6 o'clock.
Okay. And so, as you can see, anything is possible when you do hard work. So if you're a young person watching this show, or anybody, doesn't have to be young, and you have a passion, follow it, keep at it, and you never know where it's going to take you. And so thank you to all my viewers. Thank you to my wonderful crew, without whom none of this would be possible. And I hope you have enjoyed this as much as we have. Thank you, and see you next time.